presenters at the Writing Heights Conference this year. I'm a freelance writer based in Minneapolis, and I teach at Hugo House in Washington and at the Loft Literary Center in Minnesota. Being a writer is a super lonely profession. You don't get a lot of chance to talk to other writers. You don't get a chance to know where you stand in the world of writing. So being at a conference means that you get to be around other people who are either going through the same thing that you are going through as a writer, or have gone through the same thing that you are, or might even be a few steps below you. And it gives everyone a chance to talk to each other and learn from each other and just be part of a community, which is really, really important for writers. Knowing that there is a supportive community out there waiting for you is probably the most important thing for just to keep you going as a writer. Because like I said, it's lonely. You don't get a lot of feedback except yes and no's from editors, and that's it. So conferences are just a great way to meet other writers and find your people. Ask lots of questions. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Come up to presenters and ask questions. We're there basically to answer everything that you want. You should leave the conference knowing everything that you didn't know before, basically. Any questions that you have, you should have answers. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Also, network with people. And that's not in like a passing out business cards sort of way. Be friendly with people, make friends. Some of my best friends I've met at conferences, people that I've stayed in touch with for years and years. So be prepared to make contacts that you can keep in touch with forever. So that would be the best advice I can give. At this year's conference, I will be presenting a workshop on writing for publication, which is all about how to prepare your manuscripts, how to find places to send your material, like how to put together a basic book query package, just everything that you need for both sending out individual pieces to magazines as well as full-length manuscripts to book publishers. It's a really tight class. There's a lot of information in that one. And then there's a class I'm teaching on being your own PR agent. And it's all about like how to do the basic marketing once your books come out, how to get your word out there, how to use social media for your marketing campaigns, direct email campaigns, how to set up a basic book tour, all of the sort of thing that you need to do once your books are out there. And it's aimed at both self-publishing writers and traditionally published writers too, because a lot of publishers won't do that for you anymore. So the more you know how to do all of this on your own, the more successful your marketing campaign is going to be. And then the last one I'm teaching is a travel writing class, which is going to focus really heavily on pre-trip research techniques so that you can get the absolute most that you can out of any travel writing trip that you do and all the different markets that you can target, and how you can take like a regular, like instead of just writing one article based on your travel experience, you can break it up into several different articles that you can send to different markets. I want writers to feel like from my classes, I guess I want them to feel especially like they've had all of their questions answered. There's a lot of just basic stuff about being a professional writer that you would think would be taught in college classes for that sort of thing as far as submitting material and stuff goes. And I don't feel like they're really like covered that much. So basically, I just want people to feel like every question that they have has been answered. There are a couple of paths that authors can take to get recognition for their work, like official titles and stuff. The first one is to be nominated by a magazine or a book publisher that you've actually been published by. And that's probably the most traditional one. So you have no control over that one. So genre magazines are probably the easiest ones to get awards from, because that's how those magazines actually get attention, is that they participate in these award systems. The second one that a lot of people don't realize is every state has their book awards ceremonies that they do every year. You can actually nominate your book for an award. You don't have to do it. You don't have to wait for your publisher to do it. Or if you've been traditionally published and you want to be nominated for a state book award, contact your publisher and tell them that this award is going on, because a lot of them aren't aware of it, and ask them to submit it and nominate you. But those are traditionally the two ways to get nominated. So if zombies attacked me and chased me in a cabin, my favorite one is Bradford Anger's How to Stay Alive in the Woods. And it's got everything in it. This is a classic book that I actually had a copy of when I was a kid. My dad had a copy of this when he was a kid too. It's got a compass built into the front, and it has everything in it on how to build animal traps, what kind of trees you can eat, what plants are poisonous, how to identify poison ivy and things like that, as well as how to like protect yourself in case you are attacked. So it's got everything in there. It's got how to make a soup hole, which is basically a hole that you dig in the woods and then you put hot stones in it. And then you just fill it with whatever junk is edible. And you can make soup in a muddy hole in the middle of the woods. So I actually got this book for my daughter when she was 9 because she was threatening to run away from home. So I thought that this would be a handy thing for her to have. I've been an at-home mom and a freelance writer for 28 years. So this is kind of like my year to leave the house. I'm just so excited about getting to meet people and getting to talk to people in person after teaching on Zoom for the last 3 years. I am looking forward to seeing everyone at the Writers Heights conference. And like I said before, please don't be afraid to come up to me and talk to me because this is my social life coming to these things. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody.